So then the witch turned me back into a human, and now she's a dead tree in my backyard.
John.
I don't know what... Hi, I'm John Madison.
Hi, I'm George Primavera.
And thank you so much for watching Realm, and about to watch episode 6 of season 0 of Realm.
And if you're enjoying yourself, make sure you're going to the description in this video and pre-saving our Kickstarter, which launches January 27th. We want to make a whole new 12-episode season 1 and potentially even more beyond that, and we can do that with your help.
We're so excited for you to see this awesome finale episode of season 0. It's going to be incredible. We'll see you in the comments.
Thank you for being here. You've earned your 20 kisses.
Hey, and welcome to the Realm! Yeah! Wow, this is episode 6, season 0, our final episode of our prologue. Guys, I'm so excited to have you all here today. Let's say hello to our players. We've got on this side of the table, Joey, James, and Nick.
Oh, wow.
I'll flip it over to the other side. We've got John, Mariah, and Lauren.
Straight to Vegas.
Right. Give her the golden buzzer. Let's get out of here. Oh my gosh. We have had so much happen. I will try to condense it as compressed as I can because there's so much to get through. Our soul searchers were dispatched on a mission by the Chrome, or they live within the Chrome. Oh, fuck my ass. God damn it. George, this all stays in. Our soul searchers were sent by the Silver Citadel out of the city, the Chrome, into the realm, to descend deep into the tunnels beneath, to bring home the lost souls. That is your task in general. These blue, glowing creatures with very low intelligence and not a lot of urgency need you to shepherd them back to the center of town. But when we were sent on that mission, we did not find what we expected to find. We found a red soul disintegrating blue souls in its hands. We found fiends that had found a way onto this plane of existence, and the generally evil appearance of fiends may have been a huge misleading quality. It would seem that the fiend that you beat unconscious and then woke up and talked to had some other things to tell you, some secrets about the realm. Whether he is to be trusted or not is a major question mark. But Borkefka, as his name was, told you that there is something major going on between punishment, which is supposedly the world beneath realm, and paradise, the realm supposedly above realm, also known as Orbis, which is the big light source in the middle of realm. There is a time dilation going on. According to Borkefka, that's a fun name to say, time is moving at 1/100th the speed down in punishment. And compared to the celestial plane, Orbis, or apparently there are beings that live upon this plane, supposedly in comparison to punishment, they are moving at 10,000 times the speed. Normally, this is kind of a flip dynamic. Eternities in like lower planes and media that we know of are sometimes like mere seconds on our plane of existence in this world. This is sort of a weird little wrinkle. According to Borkefka, the fact that time is being stolen from them in the way means that they are completely isolated from the realm and any realms beyond. Because to leave the realm is to lose hundreds and hundreds of minutes in merely hundreds of seconds. So, as Borkefka described to you his what appears to be a battalion of fiends that are atop a great inferno wall, keeping back threats that are trying to claw their way up to the realm. He asked you for a swift and easy death, which would return him to the lower planes. He did say that dying in the lower planes would have much more serious consequences for him, but in this case it was simply a quick return. You obliged him, headed back to the Chrome, met with your processors, your commanders, and your overseers, and were able to keep what you wanted to keep under wraps. However, divulging the detail of the Red Soul seems to have sparked the interest of not only the Overseer, but other clergy as well who work for the Silver Citadel. And after a conversation that clearly sobered Overseer Lumor, all of you leave out the doors of the Silver Citadel, this massive silver tower that goes all the way up into the sky. You see the clergy still going about their business. Many folks are like reading papers and studying, and it's like clearly a very almost like collegiate campus kind of vibe outside. You are all moved out of the Silver Citadel onto the cobblestone streets, just into the center of the Chrome, the city that you live in. We come upon our party, having a moment to debrief. So I will put it to you all. What do we say and do here?
Well, Jethro just had this
Yeah.
moment with the overseer, right?
That's right. You see Jethro come out of the Silver Citadel a little after you all.
I'd say we all waited.
And
Yeah.
Jethro, as you walk outside, you see 4 faces looking back at you and 1 spider that is sitting deftly on Cairn's shoulder, which you know to be a wild-shaped Chehlsee.
Hey, what happened in there? Why'd you have to stay?
We're fine. It doesn't seem like this is the best place to maybe talk
No, for
about
sure.
these things. It's okay. I don't believe he's going to suspect anything else, at least for the rest of the day.
Great.
So,
Good work.
thanks.
We should.
Chehlsee, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
A little spider speaks up.
Do you still have that crystal that Keith gave you?
Yeah. The spider has a. Can the spider have a belt with little acorns on it still?
Yeah.
It's just really tiny.
So yeah, as a wild shape, you can kind of decide if reasonably you could keep the piece of equipment on you, or if it becomes a part of your form. I'll say that this little spider has 1 acorn strapped to its back like a big ass backpack.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But that acorn is accessible to the rest of the acorns of holding that Chehlsee
got it.
has.
Great.
So
Love it.
I'm realizing that I have a huge debt I need to pay when I get back. Is there any way that I could use the crystal temporarily to pay my debt, and I will retrieve it back for you as soon as possible?
Oh. That was given to you by your best friend.
I know.
That died.
I know. I'm ashamed to say it. I'm only asking you because I
seem
trust
pretty
you, and if
okay.
not, it's okay. I'll find another way to pay.
Chehlsee was only rich for like 4
I
days.
know. Guys, I know. I just.
That diamond was.
Unless anyone wants to, does anyone have 4,700 chroma?
4,700 chroma? What did you do?
This is between Horus. It's a debt I need to settle with Horus, and I just it's the only thing of value we've come across today, and I just wanted to know if I can I swear I'll get it back for you. I swear I'll get it back.
Jethro,
It's fine if not. Okay.
this diamond is invaluable to me. It's from Keith.
I understand. It's from Keith.
Keith sent it all the way from a mountaintop.
I understand. It's fine.
Everybody empty out your pockets. See what
No,
you
no,
got.
don't.
I got maybe like 20 chroma.
I mean,
How much chroma would we just casually have if we've been working this job?
If you've been working this job and paying rent in the city for
Yes.
6 months, have we been living lavish lifestyles or squalor? Squalor. Squalor.
Absolutely squalor.
Squalor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squalor.
Humble, yes.
Not a soul searcher, also not getting paid.
I love
Chehlsee has.
I have nothing.
Can we roll to see how much we might have saved?
Yeah, let's roll for money.
I love it.
Yay. Okay, since we're all living in squalor,
Yes.
and we all have been making the same amount, let's go ahead for 6 months. Let's all roll D12s. So you're gonna get the 12-sided
Should I not
die.
roll?
Not you. You have
Okay.
no money.
Great.
You have a diamond.
And I
You
think,
have one big
I
diamond.
think we established that I have
Yeah.
like 300 chroma.
Great. So you're locked
I'm
in.
good.
You've got.
Okay,
You've
from
been. Yeah.
earlier
You've been
today.
paying debts as
It's
best
all
you
right.
can.
So just a
Just figured it
D12?
out.
A D12, and then based on the D12 that you roll, let me know. I'll let you roll
Can I
another
just
one.
do? I don't know if I have
Two,
a 12.
okay.
Can
So
I
here's
do?
one.
Oh wait.
6.
12, baby.
3.
Wow.
I only got 3.
Okay, you rolled a 12.
I've been saving.
Okay.
He's the honey badger.
Mask material.
He's been stealing as the honey badger.
Actually, he's a little Robin Hoodie.
You all don't know anything
No.
except that you hate my honey badger.
We don't hate it.
What you guys would know, since we're living in squalor and we are saving, all of us seem to be like saving our money. You will have the multiple of 1,000 that you just rolled to your name in savings.
Whoa.
What?
One chroma is basically $1.
Rich.
I have 12,000.
You have 12,000 chroma saved up, and I
Whoa.
think it's because you probably rob every guard you beat up as the honey badger.
This is what I'm saying.
Yes.
So you might have quite a bit of money.
And
All right.
I probably make
I'll make
most
this
of my
interesting.
stuff, so I don't buy.
You don't buy
I
anything.
I really don't need to buy anything.
And you might even
Maybe my armor.
go ahead and roll another d6 for me.
A D6.
Just
And you
based on the
need
fact
how
that you are constantly creating things.
That's true. Okay.
4,800,
That's cool.
4,700.
Okay.
Add another 3,000.
Oh, all right. Cool.
Yeah.
5,000 chroma.
Oh yeah, I mean, he probably has. I mean, Orion probably has a ton.
Orion's got like a handyman quality.
And also, Orion's about to have a ton of patents.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So-
do you know what he invented?
I
Yeah.
actually will. I'd love
Pear's
to.
gonna be
I'd love to
huge.
talk
Pear's
about
gonna be a
investing.
big hit.
Invest. Oh. God. Okay. Well.
and possibly in this paper pencil idea, because I think quill and parchments
saying it
are out the.
Yeah, first of all,
Hey,
you want to
okay.
back him in. You want to
if, you're
invest
trying
in it.
to, if you're trying to get me to buy into badge coin, I'm not gonna.
I'm
do
not.
it. I'm not doing it.
Karen will throw in
Okay.
3K with the intent to be paid
to be
back
paid
eventually.
back.
eventually
So it's a
by
loan.
all.
With
It's a loan.
interest.
This is
Wait, how much do you owe?
What are the interest
I owe
rates?
about
in
5,000.
All right, I'll throw in. I'll throw in another
about
3K.
300.
This is now Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I'll go in with Karen.
3K.
But I'd like to ask, can you introduce me to some of your underworld contacts?
Why? Oh.
You know why.
Oh, no.
You know why he's
Yeah.
asking.
Sure. Would you like to come with me and watch the transaction happen?
I would love to.
That's okay. You can just take my 3K. It's fine.
So 3K, 2K. I'll just take 2.
All right.
I only need 4,700.
I'll let you go by yourself. I need to work on some
Here's
stuff.
a
You can
question.
have 2K.
What are the? Can I make counterfeit money?
You could make like counterfeit money, but the issue with that is that your objects that you create from nothing disappear after a little bit.
That's right. Okay.
So could you create money? Yes, but somebody might check their pocket and find
And
it
then
gone
it's
later, and that
gone
might be a
really
little
quickly.
suspicious.
So I'm writing this down. I can.
3K from Karen.
3K.
You keep track of your debts as you
And
will.
I owe Veyl
track of
another
your debts.
3K.
2K.
You owe 5K in this installment.
Well,
and
this
it's
is just to tide me over. It's just tide me over, and I'll get you back that 3K. Thank you, gents. I'll get this back to you.
Of course.
ASAP. Say ASAP.
Do we say?
Do we say
That's
that?
part of this. That's part of
I know you're
this.
good for
That's
it.
canon. That's
Yeah, canon.
Right.
Okay, you guys hand a little bit of
gentlemen.
chroma over. There are like larger chroma denomination coins, so you guys don't have to hand him like amounts of money.
One $3,000 chroma coin. It's this big.
Wow, it's a
I love
huge one.
that.
That's real.
Now, I just have to point out, he did say he was kind of done being a soul searcher, so you just want to make sure that you're going to see him again.
You will.
So you can get this money.
Are we?
How do we know he's?
We're gonna
wait,
meet
are
up
we-
Are we getting?
tomorrow.
Are we
we
splitting
are
up?
meeting up tomorrow. I
Yeah.
assume.
We should probably meet up tomorrow and see if anybody gathers anything important tonight.
Where should
I
we
feel
meet?
like-
On our
Time,
3's
place.
day off.
Yeah, we have 3 days off.
Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
Should we just meet at
Should we meet at
Chelsea's?
Udo's or?
Yeah,
Chelsea's
come on
right
to my
outside
house.
of
Let's go to
Yeah.
Chelsea's house. He's
Outside
outside of the
Yeah.
Citadel.
Yeah.
Chelsea's
Outs-
house just like
And we haven't been to
tent, or
Chelsea's
is it
in
like
so
a
long.
log?
It's a hollowed out log.
Can we?
It's a Keebler
It's
situation.
well, it's like
Place to
it's like a
sit.
tree
Yeah,
trunk
yeah, a
stump,
Keebler elf.
but it's hollowed
I
out.
love
Yeah,
going to
Keebler.
Chelsea's. Can we order out from Udo's though?
Yeah, why don't we
Yeah.
get
Well, I can just bring it.
Okay,
I can just give you. In fact,
my
if you
mom
want
will
to.
make
your mom's
dinner.
gonna make dinner.
Yes.
Your mom's gonna make dinner.
Sarah's
Never.
cooking.
Oh
I
my
need
God.
some of
Never mind.
Pete's
Never mind.
famous pie.
Never mind. I gotta have those
Well, if
pies.
you want to stop and get some aioli, I wouldn't say no to some aioli.
I'll
Aioli?
definitely bring some aioli. I'll bring the aioli.
I'll bring some wine for your mother or some other kind of.
Pete makes the best Negronis.
Skunks love
Chelsea, will
Negronis
Sarah
famously.
be offended if we bring some aioli?
What?
Will Sarah be offended if we bring
No,
some
no,
aioli?
no. Bring
she'd
it over.
Bring the aioli.
Okay,
I'll
see,
bring
As
the
long as
aioli.
it's
See,
not the
Veyl?
main course.
Does
Veyl?
Sarah,
Veyl?
does Sarah
Veyl?
and P have any dietary restrictions?
No, they eat anything.
Veyl,
Literally.
They
raccoons.
eat literally anything.
Veyl?
They're skunks.
Oh, so
Veyl?
sorry, there's skunks.
that's all you got to do. You just got to
was
ask if it's going to be if it's going to offend them. You just got to ask right before. That's all you got to do.
Don't
Don't bring the costume.
Don't bring that costume.
Don't
Especially
bring
the
costume.
tail. If we could.
Bring it. Look at me. Don't bring it.
Veyl, can we
Veyl.
hear you?
You'll be
Can we hear
banished.
you agree?
No, don't.
Can we hear you agree to Chelsea right now, please?
Hey, don't
Don't.
bring that erect tail.
That's what
I
we
don't want
mean.
to see it.
Pete is gonna be absolutely.
I'm not gonna bring it.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. All right.
He wanted to bring it. He wanted to bring
I
it.
knew he
so
wanted to bring it.
bad.
I could see it in his
Yeah.
eyes.
There's a clergyman who walks past you guys and says, "Hey, you guys are standing right in the middle of everything.
Yeah, we should go. We should go. Tomorrow at Chelsea's. Tomorrow at Chelsea's.
Me? Fuck
Yeah.
you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Veyl.
Veyl, calm down, man.
Jeez.
Mind your language, jeez.
All right. Well,
Darius, calm down.
Tomorrow. What time? What time?
They're
at Chelsea's
they're
tomorrow?
not listening to me when I tell them to move.
Wait,
Let's attack this. Let's attack this.
No, I want to fight. Hey, get out of the center of the Silver Citadel. There's people doing stuff here.
Hey.
I'm sorry. He's
I'm outta
We're not
here.
sleeping. We're not.
here,
we
let me
haven't
make
slept
a
in a while.
donation. Let me make a donation.
No.
We just gave you
Okay,
back. Don't worry, I'll pay you back.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's so nice.
I'm
Here,
out of here.
Donation.
You guys all
It's time to
walk
go.
kind of forced out of the Silver Citadel's like
We were
main
forced
green. And as you end up on the streets, do we stay together or do we break apart?
I'm
No,
going to
I-
break it apart.
I think
yeah, I have
we're
some.
breaking up.
Yeah.
It's like the end of the Muppets.
Just when are we meeting in the morning? I just want to know: are we meeting in the morning or are we meeting later in the day? That's all I want to know.
What time's dinner?
Dinner
Oh,
for 3 p.m.
Oh,
Three
3 p.m.
What's
that?
3 p.m.
Times are normal.
The clock is normal. I also didn't say it's
clock
because
is
I was
normal.
worried. I'm glad you did it.
Thank you for
Remind me, what
saying
does PM stand for?
3 p.m.
It's actually PN.
Oh,
And
sorry.
it's post noon. And then AM is after midnight.
3 post noon.
Off the dome. So
All
make
right.
sure you say PN and not PM.
Yeah.
PN.
Because that
All
would
right,
be
PN.
PN.
See you
Okay.
later.
God, so much to
3 p.m.
remember.
You spoke this into existence.
You know what? Time is
Whatever.
relevant. Why are we even bothering?
Hey.
See you guys
All right.
later.
Yeah,
Bye.
3 p.m. at the law.
Veyl walks
3
off.
p.m. on
8th 19th.
8th 19th.
8th gets 3 p.m. on a Thursday.
On a Thursday.
What's so hard about that?
Nothing. It's perfectly clear.
It's
All right.
perfect.
I have some stars I need to go look at, so I'll see y'all.
All right.
See you guys. I'm off.
Okay. Anybody traveling together, or are we in 6 different locations? Karen?
I'm by myself.
Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
Veyl, you go like storming off by yourself. Karen, did you say you wanted to follow Veyl, or
Sure.
okay?
That's cute. You-
So Veyl, you don't really see your
distance.
brother start following you, but he tries to catch
Wait,
up.
can I see if I can know if he's there behind me? Is he sneakily?
Not
Are you
yet.
sneaking?
You know what? We'll get back to
All
that.
right, fine.
You may notice in a moment, but first, I'm just gonna roll a dice and see who we focus on first. Is that
Awesome.
okay?
Oh,
to you guys?
love it.
Fun.
And we'll just so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3,
Like
4,
Final
5,
Fantasy.
6
Oh,
around the table.
got it.
Ready?
Makes sense.
So the first person we're gonna focus on is Veyl. So never mind.
Well, I wanted to know
Veyl,
anyway.
Yes.
Could you please describe like how you're walking away after your honey badger
Yeah, please.
persona?
Veyl?
Excuse me, your fursona got.
Veyl thinks this fucking sucks. Veyl has spent so much
We're getting the John
time
Crash out.
in working on the logo and trying to like and he has defended a lot of not just people coming out of the bar drunk, but he has stopped a lot of awful Shiner brutality in the Citadel. The Citadel and Chrome, he knows that they're full of shit, and he is trying to inspire fun, and now he's being accused of being a racist, and he's like, great, now he's got to come up with a whole new persona for this thing, and now John has to return these packages to Amazon, and now
No. We're gonna put
wait a minute. So
John.
So now we're trying to now he needs some
Chelsea
time
voice.
alone
John.
to think
John.
about how he's going to handle this.
We're gonna do just a flat luck check for me. Can you roll a d20 and tell me
Oh,
what you
that's
get?
so funny. Love check.
2.
Okay. You
Puddle.
see
Sky pisses on your shoe.
on a 2, it's so sad. You look to your left and see graffiti you did, like getting scraped off by a store owner.
Fail.
What a fucking loser. Jesus Christ. There's a Jesus in this world. Hey, Jesus, get out here. He's the guy who owns the shop with me. I gotta stop
Jesus
saying
Christ.
real world stuff.
His name is
No,
Jesus Christ.
His name is Jesus Christ.
owns the
Jesus
store.
Christ, can you get out here with me? And there's a guy who
my
walks
God.
out and starts sponging it down. You see your graffiti that you did trying to start rebellion in the city being like scraped off by the citizens you did it for. And there is a moment of hopelessness that overcomes you. And as that happens, can you please roll a perception check? And can Karen, if you're following behind, can you roll a stealth check, or you can make yourself known? It's up to you.
It's 13.
13?
I think I'll just make myself known.
you see him kind of like kicking rocks on the side of the street. There is like a skinny sewer kind of moving to the side, so a couple of kerplunks as stones go into the water and get carried away. And with a 13, you just turn around when he's about 10 feet from you. You hear some footsteps, and Karen is at your side suddenly.
What? What do you want?
Hey, I thought you might want some company.
No, I don't want any company.
I think it's a pretty good costume.
No, you don't. Don't lie.
No, I really do. I think it's amazing. The stitch work is incredible.
Obviously, this isn't going to work anymore. I don't want to offend any creatures. I didn't mean to. I did not want to, take somebody else's culture. I just wanted to feel like I was doing some good in this world with what I am able to do. You can do good with everybody in the Moon Oak Grove. You're a part of that, and you've always been a part of that. And I wanted something that I felt like I was creating positive change and something that I was in charge of. And, whether you know it or anybody else knows it, the people in this city are full of fucking shit. And I'm just trying to affect that in any positive way I can.
Well, I think I might have something that could help with that, but we have to get off of the main street.
What? Okay, where are we going?
Can I kind of look for like any sort of like obviously unattended back alleyways kind of?
Yeah, there's an alley right next to this like shop front where this guy and his friend Jesus.
I was gonna say I want to be out of earshot of Jesus Christ.
This guy, they're like wiping off the graffiti, and like there's an alley just to the left that goes probably like 50 feet deep into an alley before it becomes a dead end. Mostly trash and stuff like that.
Karen leads Veyl back into kind of like the back trashy,
You trying to go unnoticed?
Yes.
Let's have both of you make stealth checks, please. Veyl, if you feel like you would try.
That was really bad. You know what?
12.
12? You want to pass without trace it?
I'm going to pass without trace.
Okay, so we have a 22, and what do we have?
I need to add myself, so it'll be 14.
Okay, 14 is good enough to avoid like a commoner watching you guys. So like if somebody were watching you, pretty obviously you guys disappear into the alley, but everybody going about their business doesn't notice you walk to the end of the alley, and you have a moment of quiet here.
Yeah. Remember Devin Calloway? I mentioned her yesterday. So I told the others that I was trying to get Devin's effects so that I could send it back to her parents. I don't know if you remember my relationship with Devin Calloway, but we were not friendly. I was not sent here to be a soul searcher. I was sent here on a much more specific mission from War Chief Breck. Before, he kind of like looks around and like double checks. Before Devin died in that accident, hours before, War Chief Breck received an animal messenger from her saying that things were very, very wrong at the Citadel, and that she was going to investigate further, but that she would need help. Within the next couple hours, we got word, the village got word that she had died in a tragic accident. Now, I know you don't think that that's a coincidence. I sure as hell don't. And neither does War Chief Breck. Leading up to this, the relationship between the Moon Oak Grove and the Citadel has been not great. Everything on the surface is, nice and cordial. And they technically are our ally, but it's getting harder and harder to get them conversing with us. And it's been pretty icy. And War Chief Breck sent me here specifically to find out what Devin was up to and what she found, and what message she was trying to send before she was lost. I tried to get into that apartment by, normal channels. I've been trying to be the best soul searcher I can be so that I go unnoticed here, even though it is a complete uphill battle because everyone thinks that Lunari are backwater woods people, but I am trying to find out what's going on, and I think that you can help me. And I think your skill set specifically is suited to helping me do that.
Well, I mean, I just want to help. I'll help you whatever you need from me. Just when are we going?
Right now.
All right, let's do it.
We're gonna cut away from this for a moment as you guys
That's
head
sick,
off.
guys.
We're gonna roll a dice to see where we land next. Jethro.
We got a debt to pay.
Jethro, where do you head after you break for the group?
I head right back to my apartment area because I'm assuming Mickey is still waiting there for me to retrieve this debt that he came to collect this morning.
Great.
So I head up the normal way. I don't go through the pipes and the fire escape. I just head up and kind of counting my coins, counting how much I have and how much I've collected.
Perfect.
And yeah.
As you're getting up to your room, the door's open.
Could I...
Oh no.
Is there any way to get an idea of how who's in there before I go in?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Before you just get grabbed.
Before I get grabbed.
Yeah.
6.
You don't hear anything. Go make a stealth check for me.
There you go.
This is good though. 22.
There it is.
Oh.
That is not high enough.
Oh my god.
Who's in there?
As you take a couple of steps, you hear, "Is that you, love? Jeffy? Are you home already?
Yeah, it's me.
Why don't you come in here and have a talk with old Horace?"
All right.
Horace should be in prison. But that is his voice.
You made it out.
Walk
You made it out before I could help you.
and you see he is in full prison garb.
Oh.
He is sitting there cross-legged and says, "You look good. Been out for some time now, eh?"
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
He's an orcish fellow, skinnier. This is the guy who taught you every arcane trick you know.
Oh.
I'm not using any of this on him right now.
Yeah. He says, "Let's keep our invisible hands to ourselves, eh?"
All right.
And then his invisible hand closes the door behind you. So what you got for me?
Well, I got your first installment. 5,000 chroma right there.
5,000 chroma. That's good. That would have been good this morning.
It's not going up, has it?
Has it gone up? You owe me quite a pretty penny. You skipped out. Interest's been collecting, Jeffy.
Where are we at? Where are we at? Refresh my memory.
My totals, looking at my coffers here, I think we're up to 100.
Oh my god.
And that's this evening's total, Jeffy.
You're right.
Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. We can either increase your monthly, or we can get a lump sum from you by the end of the month.
Oh.
I'm going to leave it to you. If I don't get paid, there's not a small amount of ways I can fuck with you.
Okay.
Even from in here.
Where you
Oh, I'm
go?
not actually here, Jeffy.
I reach out and try to.
He's just...
Legit.
Well, how much is it going to be worth if I was able to get you some information that could actually make you here?
Oh.
You're going to get me out? You're going to spring me from the cage?
What if I did? What if I did? What if I could? What if I wanted
Well,
to,
that would
really?
be interesting, Jeffy. I mean, we could certainly take a chunk out. What can you do for me that I can't do for myself already?
I had a little bit of information today.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any idea where the silver stems of the Citadel reside?
Why are we talking about religious stuff here, Jeffy?
From a little birdie told me that if someone was to touch the stems, place their hands, have some interaction with the stems, Orbis herself goes dim. Soldiers, shiners, who knows what could have possibly happened?
Like it did 35 years ago.
Maybe. Maybe the gates themselves will open.
What have you stumbled on? You're glowing like Orbis.
Oh, well, it's been a fortuitous day.
Well, I'm intrigued, Jeffy.
All right.
I'm curious.
Enough to knock it down to 0? When you say a chunk,
You are the funniest
I'm
one in
just
the joint
curious.
when you were here.
I'm just curious how big a chunk we're talking about.
Considering you come back to work for me and work it off, we can get good with 20. And then we can make that debt a part of your weekly. And you can get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Beneficial, eh?
Yeah.
And I might forgive the fact that you skipped the cage without checking in first.
Yeah, I could do that.
Where's your friend? Where's your little friend?
Oh, yeah, I don't... I'm not sharing any information about
Oh, I
little
love
Chehlsee.
that little guy. Where is he?
He's just... Chelsea's in his own place. He's doing his own thing. He's got a family. He's got his own
He's got a
adventures.
family? That little mushroom hunter that you met in the yard's got a family?
Well, not per se. He's just got friends.
Like he's got kids?
No, I don't think he has kids. No kids. No.
That would have taken me aback.
Yeah. But don't.
Well, I'm
going to
need some more concrete details here, Jeffy, before I agree to anything, but I'm interested.
What if by the end of the night, I get an exact location on where these silver stems are, and then I can start to formulate a plan. I could speak with Chehlsee. We can start figuring out how we're going to tunnel our way. I still got the Soul Searcher job, so I can find my way through all the tunnels and all the sewers, and I'll get myself into the Citadel. We can, by end of week, dim Orbis, get you out.
By end of week?
Yeah.
Promise.
This is why you need
Are
friends.
you lying or are you telling the truth?
I'm absolutely lying.
Roll a deception check for me, please.
Okay.
Oh
Gutted by a force ghost.
no. A force
Come
ghost.
on.
Force ghost.
Fuck. 6.
Jethro.
You know what I think, Jeffy? I think you're full of shite. If you dim Orbis by week's end, I'll know you're good on it. And we can go from there.
Okay.
You got my 5,000?
Yeah. There you go.
Give it to him over there. You turn in the kitchen, and there is an Etten, which is an 8-foot-tall, two-headed troll who closes a cabinet like, huh?
That's how the door opened.
Okay, yeah, now.
There you are, mate. There you are.
Thank you.
He's real, right? He's here.
Yeah, he is,
Here.
from his smell, he is real. He is not wearing a shirt. He's got, like, just sweaty, and he is pungent.
Yeah, and you
This guy.
take whatever you want from the cabinet if there's anything.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, he was gonna. Right, that's good. I'll give you a week.
Okay.
And if this turns out to be bullshit, which I'm suspecting it might be, Jeffy, I'm gonna come for you. And I'm not gonna take money. I'm gonna take people you care about. Understood? I'll start with the little one. Okay? And I've got my ways of finding them. I don't need your info. Relax. If what you're telling me is true,
Of course.
it's gonna be a
It's
great
going to
week.
be just fine. You're going to get out. We're going to start
Give you a
business
big
together. It's gonna
hug
be
when I
great.
see you. Just
Yeah.
a big squeeze.
Oh.
Very well.
Yeah.
Guards are coming around, so I gotta go.
Yeah, enjoy your meal. It's mealtime, right?
Creature of habit, ain't you? You'd always love to schedule.
Yeah.
I'm done with him, and he disappears.
Whoa.
Wait,
The illusion fades away.
who was he talking?
So, big guy, like to...
Go take this spatula.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not... You don't want to...
The other head turns, ask him if you can take the other thing. Oh, can I take this? A different spatula.
Sure, I only have 2 spatulas.
like
I don't
him.
need a spatula. That's fine.
And then
Thank
he
you.
dumps the chroma in like a little thing and walks out and takes a piece of the door frame off as he squeezes out and lumbers down the hallway.
Oof.
As you wait in the doorway, we move away from this for a moment. Orion, where do you go?
So I want to go, so not the area that we went to when we were on the way to find Chehlsee, but I would like to go out of, the Citadel proper. And just kind of like out in some
Out of the
nature.
Chrome?
Yeah, out of
Out
the
of the
Chrome,
city
rather.
walls?
Sorry,
Got it.
yeah. And I'd probably like this hillside, a little bit up, huge expansive sky.
Yeah.
It's starting to get darker, so the stars are coming out. It's a little more tranquil. I kind of set up a little, I make a little fire on the side here. Warm up some food. I'd say I probably had a chicken in my bag or something, so I just put that on there and roll a thing, just very old school style. Make myself a little food, and then I also generate this this big telescope, kind of like one of those industrial sized ones, you can see everything. And so I just set that up, and I kind of also make a little hammock for myself and kind of relax between 2 trees, and I'm just kind of waiting for the darkness to settle in.
As Orbis continues to dim over the next couple of hours and you eat your dinner, just slowly, little stars start to alight in the sky somewhere high above the realm. And do you start looking through your telescope?
Yeah, I want to say, as soon as the stars start popping up, I want to...
Let's go ahead and, what would be better for you? Would it be perception or investigation or arcana? Which of those 3 skills?
Arcana is the highest.
Let's go with arcana.
Okay. 27.
27.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you do a nat 20?
No, 17 plus 10 Arcana.
Wow.
You start looking through your
Yeah.
little telescope. Do you unfurl any specific thing you're looking for?
Oh, yes. So I have a journal with me.
Okay.
And I've been logging different constellations and alignments of stars and planets that I can see with this. There is a particular alignment of planets that I'm looking for that I haven't found yet.
Okay.
Yes.
Who told you about that?
The High Priestess that raised me.
raised you.
Yeah, when I was a wee little lad.
When you were told to keep looking for this, it was that there would be a message for you in the stars. When you are perusing the skyline on 27, you don't see anything.
Damn.
The space you're looking for, everything you've cataloged is there. You cross off all of your constellations. There's just sort of nothing else for it.
Okay.
Right? Then you notice, as you're staring up, and it's almost imperceptible, Orbis flashes. If you blinked, you would have missed it.
But I didn't blink.
But you didn't blink. You caught it. As Orbis flashes, your eyes go back to your telescope. Your breath catches, because right next to Orbis, and it's not hard to see, it is obvious, you see the exact star map you are looking for. A constellation you've never seen. It looks like a face, like a nose and an eye. And as you are focusing in on it, how do you record this? Do you just remember it as best you can? Do you put it down on paper?
Yeah, so I have my journal with me, and I...
Paper.
What did you say?
Paper.
Oh, yes, that's right. I have my pencil. And my pencil.
And my pencil.
And
Wow, big night.
I make sure that that my coordinates are correct, and I have the exact order of the constellation as it appears in my journal.
Okay. When you write it down, and you look back at it to make sure you've gotten all of it, it turns and faces you.
Whoa.
No.
Just a slight adjustment of light suddenly gives you the impression that a face is gazing upon you, and a mouth made of pure blackness that would not be visible without this telescope moves and speaks. You don't hear anything. If you would like to try to read the lips of the black hole speaking to you from the heavens above, you may make an investigation check.
I would love to do that.
That was a metal sentence.
Yeah,
That was rock and roll,
It
man.
was.
Black hole speaking from
Yeah,
above.
that's crazy.
Fucking crazy.
21.
21.
Come on.
That's enough.
Yeah.
DC
All right.
20. I'll also say to get all of it.
Okay.
Holy crap.
It's repeating the same 3 short sentences on a loop.
Okay.
The first, balance the scales. Hide your eye. Return to paradise.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Balance the scales. Hide your eye. Return to paradise.
What?
And then as quickly as you write down that, you look back and the stars are gone.
I knew it. That's why I was asking earlier. I was like, I knew there. I came from somewhere. And one of these.
This suddenly fills you, I think, with like a thread that you can pull on that feels like an answer. What do you do as you get that? Do you just stay on the mountaintop for the night and kind of revel, or do you run off anywhere, or?
Well, no. See, the problem is I don't. Even within the Citadel, and I don't like have like a home. I kind of stay wherever I feel like that night.
Okay.
There is one person or one being that I'd like to leave something for. Sasha. I know she hasn't come up yet. Sasha is a beaver that we bonded because we just love building things together. I never know when she's going to show up, but I would like to carve a message into a piece of wood that hopefully she would find. And I just want to say, I finally saw it.
Okay.
And I just leave that in that spot.
Okay.
For her to find.
That's so beautiful.
Such a critter crew.
Yeah. I mean, look at
full of
us.
critters.
Yes.
We like critters.
Finally saw it. As you carve that message into the tree, your telescope's still set up. Once in a while, you go and check and just see if it's there again, and it's not. We're going to shift away from you as well.
That was beautiful.
Chehlsee.
Yeah.
Chehlsee.
Yeah.
Chehlsee, where does Chehlsee go?
Chehlsee goes home.
Period.
Chehlsee, as
yeah,
you
he's
leave
gotta
the
go.
walls of the Chrome, still as a spider?
No, I think once I get out of the kind of perimeters of the Chrome, I'm back to Chehlsee.
Okay, cool. You back to yourself. You enter the forest that you know to be your home, just like a few, 30 minutes outside the walls of the Chrome.
Yeah.
And then it's only another 15-minute walk to the small hollowed-out log that is home for you. And how long has it been since you've been home? It's been at least at least 6 days.
Yeah. It's been, which for Chehlsee is a long time.
It's a long time. What do you say as you approach? Do you knock on the log and look for your parents within?
Yeah, I say Chehlsee. I go Chehlsee, and that usually they'll come running out when they hear that.
All of a sudden, 100 critters descend from the tree.
Chelsea's here. Chelsea's back. Chelsea's back.
And all of them, you speak with animals pops up, so you're immediately speaking and conversing with all of them. The field mice pop out of your hair, and they run down and say hello to their family that they're saying hi to. All of a sudden, as you're saying hello in the midst of all this crowd, a very tired bird flaps its wings and kind of crashes into your beard and says, "I got lost. I think I found her."
Oh, you got Trevor?
I think so.
Okay.
There's a short lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found her.
Okay.
Message received.
Okay, good job.
Can you please play your flute?
Yes, of course.
And back to sleep inside of your beard. As the last people to get out are 2 ancient skunks. These skunks are 70 years old. They are white. No, their stripes are gone. And as they kind of crawl out, you hear Pete and Sarah call out to their kid. Chehlsee, is that you? And Pete comes out and says, "Our son is home, Sarah!" And they immediately dart back inside, and Sarah comes out, and Sarah walks with a little stick, just kind of hunched over. One paw is not working and is mashed from an accident that she had. But she comes through and immediately grabs back to the window and a hollowed-out acorn with something like cooked inside. It's like, my sweet boy, come on inside. Tell us what you've been up to the past few days. And they open the door. All of the animals like, bye, Chehlsee. And you dip back inside. Immediately, your mother, Sarah, this old skunk, lays out like some soft moss for you and tells you to sit. You sit. So tell us what you've been up to.
Well, I went and dropped Keith off. You know that I haven't been home since.
How is Keith?
Keith is
Chehlsee starts crying.
And then Pizza, Sarah, you upset her. You upset Chehlsee. Chehlsee, are you okay, my son?
Yeah.
Well, tell us what happened with Keith.
Keith is home now.
Keith died.
Oh,
I'm so
He's
sorry.
crying so hard.
I'm so sorry we didn't know.
It's Keith's last life cycle, so you know.
Oh, so Keith isn't dead.
Well, she's gonna die soon.
Oh no!
Yeah,
And they and cry.
Oh my God.
And did you bring Keith home?
Yes.
That's quite the journey.
Yeah. Well, it was really cold and then really hot and then it was kind of normal again. And I went and I hung out with my friends. I met up with my friends.
The tall ones?
Yeah. The tall ones.
They're
right.
quite big. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The tall.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
And what a nice thing to do for Keith.
Yeah. It was really nice. It meant a lot. Keith actually sent me a diamond. She sent me a big diamond. I wasn't expecting it, but
What?
Yeah, I know. I didn't think. I just,
Where did
hugged.
Keith keep a diamond?
I had the same question. I wasn't quite sure, but I think it would take me a really long time to send a message. But I just kind of accepted it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's such a lovely thing. I can't believe, and they talk kind of like to each other, but for you to hear, Pete is like, I can't believe our little son, who we discovered this big inside of an acorn, is now as big and tall as he is and is traversing the tops of mountains in the realm. We're so proud of you. We're
thank
so
you.
proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
We have a question for you.
Okay.
So, your mother and I travel a bit now since you left home.
I know. It's good for you.
Yeah, it gets us out.
That's good.
We're starting to realize something. Your mother and I are getting up there. It's been about 70 years.
Oh my gosh.
And your mother had her accident with her paw, but for the most part, don't cry. We're doing very well. We're very well. We're very healthy. And that's part of what we're wondering.
Oh my God.
Are you okay? I know you get sad when we talk about mortality and the possibility of you being without us one day.
It's okay.
Yeah, but you have so many. Here, the bottom line is we're kind of realizing that most skunks live a lot less than us, and that's caused curiosity in myself and your mother and many of the surrounding animals here who are getting up there into like the 50+ range of years. And so we're just thinking about what do we have that other people don't have? And mostly that answer is at Chehlsee. So, do you know anything about that?
Me? Gosh. I think you guys, you eat really good. We eat a lot of sap sandwiches.
Yep,
Which
that's
are
the go-to.
proven to extend longevity.
Yeah, they're good for inflammation. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Dad drinks a lot of wildflower mead.
I sure do. I love wildflower mead.
Also proven to
Reduce
longevity.
inflammation.
Yeah, absolutely. Reduce inflammation. Detox.
Yep.
So there it is.
All right. That's sort of what we thought. So, Chehlsee, this is hard to say. But your mother and I are curious about what's happening with us and some of the other denizens of this forest, and we're going on a little trip. And we might be gone for a while.
What?
Yeah, well, we figured you probably wouldn't want to come because you've got so many big things you're doing now. You're climbing mountains, you're hanging out with tall people out in the city with all the metal walls, and that's great. It's not really for us. But we just wanted to let you know we're leaving, and we might not be back for a while.
Oh my God. For how long?
And Sarah comes up alongside you and gives you a hug. She says, we mapped it out, and it's probably in the range of a few months.
No!
Don't cry. We knew this was going to be hard for you. We knew this was going to be difficult. Listen. If you want, we're gonna bring this. And they take out like a carved, like runic totem, like some like beautiful, clearly incredibly magical object that they both have to kind of hold together. And on it is like the engraving of like a tree. We found this with you when you were a baby, and we've been doing some poking around with it, and it lets us talk to people like Keith. So we've been talking to trees and stuff like that, and we've kind of understood that we can actually maybe send you messages from afar, and we know that's something you can do, so we'll be in touch.
Okay.
Okay?
Can we make a schedule of when you're going to be in touch?
It might be hard to make a schedule. We can make a schedule. So we can use this once per day.
Okay.
So it could be a quick message once per day. Enough for Grass to give it to us, so it has to be simple messages.
Okay. And let's say if I go more than 3 days without hearing from you, I start running.
No. No. Please don't worry about your mother and I. We have ways to travel unseen. We've got lots of friends along the path that we're traveling. It's a safe. You forgot. Before we met you, before we found your tiny little body in a tiny little acorn, just naked as the day that perhaps you were born.
Yeah. With a beard.
With the beard. Your beard all straight and not curly like it is now. Sarah starts crying. Don't cry, Sarah. Don't cry. You see what you're doing to your mother. We were traveling skunks. We went all over. Right. So we have lots of friends. Please don't worry about us. And we'll send you a little update, and you can feel free to reach out once per day and talk to us.
How are you going to get around with your paw? You're going to take care of your paw?
Oh, yeah. Well, we're not traveling alone, and we're traveling in burrows we know, and lots of rest along the way. And, and we're keeping out of predator territory, which is important.
Right.
And we'll be fine.
Okay. That sounds good.
Oh my God.
Chehlsee is not okay.
So did you want to stay for dinner, or?
Yeah.
Great. Sarah, do you want to get everything set? They start getting dinner table set. What is Chehlsee thinking as you are sitting there in like a tiny little dining room? It's like carved wood. These skunks are craftsmen. Yeah. They have made a beautiful little Yoda hut in this log.
Narnia coated.
A very Narnia-y log. And they just kind of bustle around, and every once in a while a little skunk kiss. Just on your, but you probably are not paying attention as you stare forward. What's going through Chelsea's mind?
Chelsea's spiraling. Chelsea's spiraling. Chelsea's trying to figure out, maybe can he figure out a way to like, he's bargaining with himself. He's like, maybe I spend 3 days with my tall friends, and then I immediately go and I run as fast as I can, and I try to find them, and I just get eyes on them. They don't even have to know I'm there. And then I run. He's really trying to figure out some way to not go months without seeing them.
As an acorn stew hits in front of you, and a couple of seats are pulled, and a few other animals come and enjoy the dinner with you, and you sit there staring ahead silently. You move away from Chehlsee.
Oh my God. It's exhausting.
And I believe there's only one person to check in on, which is Shira.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
I go to get a drink.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Pop into the tavern. Who's the barkeep? Lars is the barkeep that your buddy's with?
Yes.
Lars is a big troll.
Yeah.
Lars is like 9 feet tall, and his bar is sunken into the floor, so when he leans up against the bar, he's like normal person height.
Yeah.
But he is like easily moving kegs with like one hand as you walk in, and he goes, "Hey, what's going on, Shira? How you doing?"
Hey, Lars. I will get the usual.
Got you.
Doubled today.
Oh, double! We had a tough day.
We had a day. We definitely had a day. How are you?
Doing all right. Business is a little slow. People got, less chroma nowadays, so business tends to slow down during the tough times. But, it's okay, I guess. Trying to figure out what my passion is. I don't love this, but it works. It pays the bills.
What ignites you?
I mean, not fire, I'll tell you that.
I don't get it.
Oh,
Openly
it's a troll thing. If we burn, we don't heal back. Like, normally when I do this and he just cuts down his whole arm, ow, fuck, that hurt. But, and then it seals up really quick. But it's a troll thing. We don't like fire.
Right, all right. New choice of words.
Yeah. But what grabs me?
Yeah. I've been thinking about that myself lately.
I saw the artists in the side of town the other day, and there was this guy, and I thought, wow, this guy can't paint, right? I'm watching this guy paint. He just keeps dipping his brush into a bunch of colors, and then just kind of like pop, 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 pop on the canvas. I'm like, I can do that, right?
Yeah.
What are they gonna sell that painting for? And then I come back,
Yeah.
and I look, and the guy has made
God, I know
the
what it
most beautiful painting I have ever seen, and it's just dotting this river's shoreline, and it, I don't know, made me feel something inside. And I'm just thinking, like, maybe I could learn how to do that.
Yeah.
I could start. I could do big canvases too. If I do like big dots, I can hold a big brush.
I think this Citadel would feel a lot nicer if we had more dot paintings around the walls.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But
And,
how
I'm gonna try it when I can save up the chroma for materials. But what's going on with you? Why the double?
Just harder day as a soul searcher. I think.
Oh yeah. I heard there was some disappearances that happened earlier.
What did you hear?
I heard last squad didn't come back.
Yeah.
How was it bad? Where'd you find them?
I don't know how much I can say, unfortunately.
Oh, that kind of day.
It's that kind of day. And I think I've been doing this job as well as I can for as long as I can remember because of what I am and how I'm viewed in the chroma. And I just, like, if I do this really well, people aren't gonna look at me and think I'm dangerous to them. And
I know what that's like.
I know. That's why I love coming here. It's why you make drinks so good, because I know that you're also feared by everyone here, and it sucks.
Doesn't make it easy being 9 feet tall.
No, no.
It can be tough, and it can definitely be hard to feel like you got the burden of like representing everybody like you, especially in a position like that. But I mean, you know who you got. You got me, and you got all the regulars here, and you got friends outside of here, right? Shira, you gotta make friends outside of places where people get drunk.
If okay, I think maybe my team and I are starting to.
That's great. You're bonding?
We had a hug today. We had a group hug today, and
That's
honestly,
huge for you.
Yeah, it was. I don't think I've ever done that before. And
wow.
Honestly, that might have been the scariest part of the day than what I faced earlier. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Hey, those two are on me, okay?
Lars, thank you.
And you sit there and drink for a while, and slowly the bar patrons begin to filter out, and Lars starts cleaning up. And he says, you can stay for as long as you want. I'm just going to put chairs up around you.
Thanks.
And then I'm going to... His eyes roll up into the back of his head suddenly.
Not this.
He, shaking, turns to you and looks at you with black eyes. And he looks at you intently as if he's seeing you for the first time. Make an insight check.
Shit.
I'm scared.
14.
As you stare ahead, Lars recognizes you in a way he's never recognized you. You see a tear form in his eyes, and he speaks with a voice that is not his. You're alive. I've been searching for you.
Who are you?
Open the portals. Shira, open the portals. Come back to us.
What's in the portals and where are you?
We are. Oh, man. Ow. Ow, ow. Sorry. Oh, wow. I just got like a blood rush. Did I fall? Did I fall? Am I okay?
Lars, thank you so much for the drinks.
Yeah.
And just for being good company.
Am I bleeding?
I mean, are you bleeding?
He's gushing blood.
Oh my God. Can I give him a little, can I bless him a little bit? Can I give him just a little? Yeah.
You heal him up?
Yeah, I want to heal you up. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Did I hit my head on something?
You did. You did. It's crazy being as tall as you are.
No more shift drinks, I'll tell you that.
No, we were having too much fun tonight, and I love that we do that. But you got to remember your height. When you're drunk, you think you're all the way down here, you're all the way up there.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna lock up. You all good to get home?
Yeah, as good as I will be.
Oh man, I feel sad. Why do I feel so sad?
No, it's a beautiful night.
No, all right. Okay, have a good night, Shira. Get home safe, all right?
Thank you.
And you are alone out in the cold, shaken. We're gonna go back to Veyl and Cairn.
Wow, that's fucking crazy.
Cairn,
That was nuts.
you know where she stayed.
Yep.
It's a small apartment building, maybe only 3 floors, and it's in a way out to the edge of the Chrome district. You can see her window. There's nobody on the street.
Wild companions, it's like find familiar.
Yeah.
Can they move through, like,
Solid objects?
Yeah.
I believe, let me triple check here.
Faye, but I don't know if that matters.
If it doesn't say that they can teleport between planes, which it kind of used to, which I'm just gonna quickly like read the rules of. Let's check out what Find Familiar has to say about Find Familiar. So you gain the service of a familiar spirit. It can appear in an unoccupied space within range, which is 10 feet. So if you were to get up there, you would need to have, in order to cast a spell, you can't have full cover between you and it. So if the window was open, even just a crack, you would be okay.
How far up is the?
You could teleport in.
Yep, it's definitely less than 30 feet, and you can see through the window, which means you could teleport through the window if you wanted to at this height.
Could I? Okay, I'll teleport in.
Okay.
Okay.
And then while you do that, I'm going to
I'll Misty Step in.
Pine Martin and climb. Because I have a climb
You have climb speed? Okay. So you into a dark apartment building. Apartment room, excuse me.
No one else is there?
No one is there that you can see.
While I'm waiting for Cairn to get up, I'm going to start communicating with Anon.
Okay.
I just want to tell Anon, I know we haven't had a second to check in.
Yeah, a lot has happened today.
A lot has happened. I need to focus on stepping it up a bit. And I want you to tell me at any point if there's something that I can do to help make you more powerful. ...
I've been hoping you would say that. We can make some really crazy shit happen together.
Just let me know when it comes time to either end someone or do something else, and I'll make that sacrifice to grow your power.
I got you. And then a little smiley face made out of like text. Like a text smiley face appears. And it's the last thing that appears. And it winks. Okay. And then disappears.
And then now I want to look around the room for a second. Is there I'll raise the
tink, 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 tink.
Pine Martin is in. Okay, want to look around?
Yeah, what did you want to do first?
Is there what is the sign? Is there anything else in the room with us? Like,
go ahead and make a perception check.
While he does that, I'm going to look for any druidic messages, which
14
should be easy for me to spot, specifically because it's those who know druidic can easily spot these messages.
Make a perception check.
Oh, nice.
I'll also cast darkness in here,
Darkness.
just to keep, because I know we can both see in magical darkness. So if someone did come in, we should be covered.
Okay.
24.
Ooh.
You look around the room. You're just looking through like general effects. You find like some rudimentary clothing. You find Devon's armor is hanging up, and any weapons she wielded. I think one of which was probably like a club
that was like nicely made is like just gently leaned up against the door.
She would have the same exact like wooden armor.
That moon oak armor is still sitting there. And as you are kind of looking through Devon's effects and you see like some basic stuff that she definitely would have brought with her, you're looking for a druidic symbol. And you find it quick. And it is a stick tied to another stick at like a right angle, hanging from the ceiling. Which means to you, as it dangles in the, like it kind of twists and untwists, it is a clear symbol for "they're after me, help." And as your eyes hit that, it is pointing downward for you to look for through a drawer. You open the drawer. There are pieces of paper in there with scrawling writing on them. You get a quick second to look at the top of the page, and a couple of things jump out to you. The things that jump out most to you as you kind of move away from the darkness to be able to read them appropriately. They're not our friends. They want the Grove. They're moving out within the month.
Got it.
And then there is much more kind of detailing, like it seems to be like how she found this out. And then clearly like jammed it in a drawer. And as that happens, I need all three of you, or two of you, to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
12.
15.
Okay. You are not quick enough to move first. All of a sudden, Karen, you feel something grab you. You cannot see it. Whatever it is. You have blind sight, correct?
Yes.
You know that dropping from the ceiling, getting to the edge of your range, something invisible and semi-formless has wrapped itself around you in an instant. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
13.
That is a failure. All of a sudden, you feel yourself grabbed and wrapped up. You take, that is going to be 10 points of thunder damage, and you are grappled, which means your speed drops to 0, and you feel something forcing its way into your mouth. It feels like hard wind. Like a wind that won't stop, just like suffocating you from within, and you feel that like it basically something is punching you from the inside and doing internal trauma. There's going to be 2 attacks on you here. The first is a 16 versus your armor class. Okay, you're able to jerk and avoid that one, and the second attack is also a miss. As you just like start panicking and freaking out, locked into place. Who is next?
I had a 15.
Yep, you are next. You see with your devil's sight, you don't see anything. Nothing is wrapping your brother up.
Do I see any form in the dark, like moving the darkness around?
You can make a perception check if you want, but it would cost a study action to be able to see it.
Can I talk as a free action?
Yeah.
Or think as a free action? Anon, can you see this thing?
I can't see anything.
All right.
But there's something there.
Okay, then I'm going to. I'm going to study it. I'll use a action first to try to study where this thing is grappling.
Search
Karen.
action, I think, is actually what it's
Search.
called. Okay, make a perception check for me, please, at disadvantage.
Nat 1.
Nat 1. You can't
That's
see
the
anything.
Damn.
If you have a bonus action, you can use it. You can move. You can teleport.
Can I bonus action just try to grab Karen?
You can move to Karen's side.
Yeah,
certainly.
I'll move to grab. Touch Karen.
Weasel size, right? So I'm like up in the air. Like,
Yeah, you're being like suspended up in the air as
I'm
a
gonna
weasel.
try to.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'll bonus action try to grab Karen back.
Okay, Karen, what do you do as a weasel?
Man, not many options as a weasel.
No.
I think I'm gonna switch wild shapes.
Okay.
How big is this apartment?
Small.
Small. So like a large creature. Well, a large creature.
Knock a bunch of shit over.
Not,
yeah.
but it will. It can.
You can still be in there. Yeah.
I'm going to, like the weasel kind of like twitches and then just like 6 furry legs explode out of it, and then suddenly it's a massive tarantula spider.
Nice.
Okay,
like large size tarantula.
2 other legs also as like your
Just
front
like
leg.
8,
yeah,
ka-chunk,
8
ka-chunk,
legs.
ka-chunk, like
again.
Back.
Boom, 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 boom. And you still feel this thing clinging to the main body of the spider. It is still around you. That is a bonus action to transform. What would you like to do from there?
I'm going to, just try to...
You want to try to break the grapple?
Yeah, break the grapple.
Okay,
I guess,
great.
yeah.
Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Athletics check. It's a strength plus... Yeah, it's better than mine. I should have gone with a stronger thing, but it doesn't matter. I rolled 19.
Nice.
Okay, you break free from whatever is holding you. You can move. You still have your move action.
Immediately, flip up onto the ceiling. So just,
Ooh,
I'm up there and try to, locate. So I have a thing. I don't know if this,
Yeah, is it like a web sense?
Yes.
Okay, so it would need a web to be able to sense it, probably.
Okay. Can I, throw some web around?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, throw in the
Just
in
a
the
little bit of
area.
web to
Yeah.
try to be able to see. That will be kind of like your extra action there as it comes back around to whatever this creature is.
Cool.
It is going to make 3 more attacks on you. I need a Constitution saving throw again.
Okay, and also I gained 3 health.
3 temporary hit points. Amazing.
So-
Oh, no.
Oh,
come on.
say that.
You're gonna have to deal with that.
15.
15 succeeds. You are not grappled, but you don't take damage. But as you are able to avoid the grapple, you feel 2 big impacts in your, along your exoskeleton. You're going to get hit 2 times. These are both over 20 on the attack roll.
Oh.
You are going to take, oh my god.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die by an invisible
No.
thing.
You take a total of 27 points of force damage as you are brutally smashed by, again, a thing you cannot see, and it easily gets to the ceiling where you are. This thing is clearly floating in space just under you, punching you over and over again. Veyl, it is your turn.
Do some math.
Bonus action.
Bonus action.
Pools of darkness come out of my eyes.
Okay.
This thing is going to have to make a DC 15.
It fails. How much does it take?
No, this
Oh, it
is...
fears? Is it feared?
It's now afraid, and it has a frightened condition.
It is immune to a lot of conditions. What this thing is, fright is not one of them.
So
Okay.
So after it does that, I want to make sure that there's no way out of here. So I'm gonna come back. Can I close the windows of free action?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna. I also just want to talk to Anon again and be like, "What do you need? Can I give you any piece of myself for you to become more powerful?"
Do you mind not remembering this?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh my god.
Lights go out. You don't remember a thing. While
What
you
do I
are
see?
in the ceiling,
Yes.
you see Veyl's eyes go dark with the ability you have seen before to make him afraid, and then you see the spear glow. And Veyl becomes a shadow. So Veyl is no longer there. It seems like he's just like, oh! And now there's a black, almost like a lost soul, honestly, where it just appears like a black shadow of a bipedal figure, and the spear launches out of the shadow's hand and runs through a creature that you cannot see.
Whoa.
And you hear just like a loud as this thing is stuck with the spear, and you see it slowly start to kind of become visible. It is a horrifying masked face, some kind of elemental air creature that was waiting for you here. Freezes in place, and you see corruption ripple across its suddenly visible form until it is sucked into the spear.
Holy shit.
And then we're going to move away from this.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh my
But
god.
we're not coming back to any of you. This is something none of you see.
Oh no.
A lot has happened this night. Overseer Lumore sweats in his office. Somebody knocks on his door. Come in. Processor Gremkin, equally afeared. It's here. One of them is here and wants to talk to you. And Overseer Lumore closes his eyes and gets sick to his stomach, clearly, and says, I'll be at the stems presently. Processor Gremkin leaves and licks one last look at Overseer Lumore. And Overseer Lumore slowly makes his way to the room with Orbis all around it and opens the door. And Overseer Lumore, as he opens the door, we only see his face. Blood drains from his elven angular features. It's a true honor to have you in the realm, my lord. I assume you had a report, and I am fully prepared to give a full explanation, and we are ready to... And he freezes in place, and we see just the back of a figure walk past him and whisper in his ear, and as the face turns, we see ash white skin, unnaturally like paper, and whispers something into Overseer Lumor's ear. Not to worry, I've got it from here. You are excused, Overseer. And with a blowing of air, perfect amount. Overseer Lumor takes 45 points of damage.
Whoa.
And vanishes into a disintegrated mist. And a figure wearing a black suit blazer and black slacks walks out of the hallway and turns the corner. And that has been Season 0 of The Realm.
No.
Jesus
George,
Christ.
you gotta
Please
give.
support us on Kickstarter.
You gotta give.
Thank you to all of our players.
You gotta give.
Thank you for joining us for Season 0 of The Realm. We hope we see you back in Season 1. Donate to our Kickstarter if you can, and have a wonderful night at home. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
George, that's fucked up.